when the beat drops out.
Hello my fantasy friends. I did say there was going to be another part for this video. That's purely because of the fact that my phone does not let me upload anything longer than 15 minutes to YouTube. And one more person decided to ask me some questions on Start 'em Sim. And it's basically for their whole team. Yeah, Craig, I'm looking at you. That's what I'm here for though. I'm here to help, I guess. Even though I'm playing against him. Why would I help him? Hey. Oh well. So, quarterback. That's the first thing you want to know, Craig. It's plain and simple. You've got our top scorer in fantasy bad boy out there. The number one guy. The guy with so much value that I don't even know why nobody's attempted to trade for him. I mean, I want him. I want him bad. I want him so bad. God, I want him. Anyway, Matt Ryan versus Big Ben Roethlisberger. I'll do this the way I've done the other video. We'll have a look at the stats. So, as you're probably already aware, Craig, Matt Ryan has thrown for 730 yards so far this season with 5 touchdowns. He is up against the 29th ranked passing defense with the New Orleans Saints. Big Ben, on the other hand, 559 yards thrown this season with 6 touchdowns. And is up against the 5th best passing defense with the Eagles. I do think it's a no-brainer this week with Matt Ryan. New Orleans are allowing everything past them at the moment. First game was a huge points game. The second game that they had against the Giants, not so much. But they're not doing very well against the pass. So, Matt Ryan is who we'll go with. But heed this advice. After this week, Matt Ryan is not going to have the stellar performances that he's had so far. Because he's going to have a tough schedule from now on. Next up, you want to know about your running backs. I mean, there's no way I can help you. As we know that Doug Martin is out for 2 to 3 weeks. And that just leaves you with 2 guys. Todd Gurley and Mike Asiata. Gurley struggled because teams know that he's the only weapon that the Rams have got. So they're stacking the box. They're making sure that he's not getting anywhere. As soon as that Rams offense really starts to flow a little bit more, which it always seems to do as the season progresses, Gurley will produce. He's a beast of a running back. It's going to happen. Asiata, on the other hand, he was alright last season, filling in for little bits. Or 2 seasons ago, I can't remember when it was. But he's not the feature back. He's going to be the third down back. My issue with this is with Sam Bradford coming in and the way that Bradford played against Green Bay. Originally, you would have thought the Vikings were going to just run the ball a lot. But yeah, the way Bradford played against Green Bay, you kind of think that they might lean on the pass a bit more now, especially with AP going down. So obviously McKinnon's going to get the bulk. Asiata's going to get some of it. My only advice for you running back wise would be maybe have a look at the waivers again. The only guy that really stands out for me in the waivers though is Terrence West. He's a third down back as well, but with, I would say, more upside than Asiata. Your choice. Anyway, we'll move on to your tight ends. You've got Dennis Pitta and Gary Burnage. So far, Pitta on the season has had 12 catches out of 16 targets for 141 yards. The majority of that came in week 2, where he got over 100 yards passing. And he's up against the 8th best passing defense with the Jaguars. Gary Burnage, on the other hand, he's only managed 4 catches out of 7 attempts for 37 yards. Same as Pitta, the majority of his production came in week 2. He's up against Miami's defense, which is the 16th best passing defense. This is kind of a hard one. I mean, Pitta has produced. Pitta is the main tight end for Baltimore. He's a good choice. Burnage, on the other hand, week 1 did not go in his favor. RG3 isn't a fan of throwing at tight ends. RG3 likes to bomb them. So Burnage didn't produce because of that. Week 2, on the other hand, a little bit different. Josh McCown came back, and as we all know from last season, McCown loved throwing to Burnage. Burnage had a brilliant season with McCown, but now that we know that McCown's kind of out, so I mean, I'll go with Pitta, just purely because of the fact that I don't know who's playing quarterback for one for the Browns, and we don't know who they're going to favor as well. So yeah, we'll go with Pitta. And last is your receivers. Now you're fairly adamant that Randall Cobb and Brandon Cooks were your starters. You just didn't know who to put in as the third guy. So what I thought was I'd just look at all your receivers and pick the 3 that I think you should start. So we'll start off with Randall Cobb, who has had 11 catches of 15 targets, 99 yards. He's averaging 9 yards per catch. He is up against the 22nd ranked pass defense in Detroit. Brandon Cooks has had 13 catches out of 18 targets, 201 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 15.4 yards per catch. He's up against the 21st ranked pass defense in Atlanta. And then we've got Cole Beasley. He has caught 13 out of 18 targets, 140 yards. He is averaging 10.7 yards per catch. He's up against the 6th best passing defense with the Bears. We've got Jamison Crowder, who has had 12 catches of 16 targets for 97 yards with 1 touchdown, averaging 8 yards per catch, up against the 13th best passing defense with the Giants. John Brown, 2 catches, 7 targets, 22 yards. Technically, he's averaging 11 yards per catch, but yeah, he's up against the 23rd ranked passing defense in the Bills. And then you've got Dante Moncrief, who's out for about 4 to 6 weeks. So I'm going to agree with you on the fact that Randall Cobb and Brandon Cooks are your clear-cut starters. Obviously, Moncrief's not going to be there. And I think the other one that you're going to throw out off the bat is John Brown. I don't think he's going to produce much this year, unless there's injuries to the Cardinals. So that's the tie-up then between Cole Beasley and Jamison Crowder. And I guess it is to whoever you deem fit out of these two. They're both very, very even on catches and targets. Cole Beasley is averaging more yards per catch. He's yet to score, though. Crowder has. Obviously, Beasley has got a rookie quarterback thrown to him in Dak Prescott. Crowder has got Kirk Cousins thrown into him. And we know that Kirk Cousins is hot and cold. So, the Bears, though, Beasley's up against the Bears. The Bears are boasting some decent secondary, good cornerbacks. Hence why they are the 6th best passing defense at the moment. So it could be quite difficult for Beasley. Crowder, on the other hand, is up against the 13th best with the Giants. Again, it's still going to be difficult. but I'd be going with Crowder. Just purely for me, I like divisional matchups. I always think it brings out the best in players. And that's why I go with Crowder, man. So yeah, 10 minutes to sort out your team, Craig. I hope it helps. Not enough to beat me, but I hope it helps. Just before I go, Phil had some questions as well. He'd like to know in what order he should line up his team. I would say probably from left to right would be the best way to order them. He also wants to know, I don't know, something to do with how he should humiliate Nick Pierce after he wins. Well, guess what, Phil? You're not going to win. Simple as that. You're going to lose. And then the joke's going to be on you. Because you're going to be the man with the swooshy hair that lost to Nick Pierce. Yeah. How'd you like them apples? And on that note, fuck you, Phil.